It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Finger ball 'em. Never stop it. So the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in the
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I hope I'm not having any problems like yesterday. Got a couple of guys joining me today. Gregor, what's up, Greg?
Just look what finally came in the mail.
Brew Day koozie, it's looking good. Get those on our store. If you don't know our store, go to our Twitter, whatever. It's just as easy. And then, I don't know who this guy is. I think it's Pork Chop, but you don't have the yellow tin and the glasses.
It's me. It's the Pork Chop. I had to I got a new prescription yesterday, so reluctantly I had to turn in my glasses so they could get new lenses in them. But they're coming back yellow tint. These are my TV watching glasses. That way, when I'm watching Pornhub on the TV, everybody doesn't look yellow.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I should be watching porno right now. So
Greg,
if you could take your shirt off for the episode, I'd appreciate it. I got my TV watching glasses on.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
I thought you had talked into it.
It was easy.
So, I do believe a lot of the players are wanting to play the Chiefs week 1. Seen Orlando Brown, Hilton.
Last shoot.
Somebody else. Oh, Teddy K.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So they were all talking about wanting to play Kansas City week 1. Go right at them. What's you guys' thoughts on that?
My thought is, who the fuck doesn't want to play in week 1? That's going to be the week 1 matchup. And if they don't, that's a fail on the NFL. That's the fucking matchup everybody. Who the fuck what other game? I know that the Chiefs play the Eagles this year. Nobody wants to fucking see that. They just played them last game. And nobody wants to see the Chiefs and Bills again. That's already been hyped up too much. And after the way that the game went at the AFC Championship, fuck yes. Who doesn't want to see? And that doesn't. I don't care if you live in fucking all the way from New York City to Los Angeles, California. That's the game everybody wants to see. The only reason they might not give it to us now is because in the Bengals locker room they're saying they want it.
Yep. Same deal, you know. I mean, I just don't care anymore. At first, I was apprehensive about doing it, but I'm like, I just don't care anymore. And, you know, we on Rally, we were talking what games we won on primetime. I'll tell you what, another game I won on primetime that we don't do great at. I want to go back to Cleveland. I know we won at home against Cleveland, but I want to fucking go back to Cleveland and take care of business because I'm just tired of going everywhere, you know, saying we can't win here, we can't win there. I just want to come in and march in every place saying this is our fucking house. This is our house. Anywhere we go, this is our fucking house.
Yeah. Which Jerome's saying, you know, he's for it, just hate being on the road. But it sounds like regardless with the Reds being at home that week 1 for like a Sunday game, we would have to already get a Monday night or something. And so
that's the whole.
Yeah, it's like just go ahead and put us on the road. We'll come back week 2. It's Bengals and Bourbon and I's birthday, September 17th.
Hey.
That could be our home opener.
Did you say September what?
But
17th.
That's my daughter's birthday. How did I not know that?
I think we haven't talked about this when you.
Was I fucking drinking?
Probably.
Well, I'm not drinking now. I got fucking agua. So
let me ask you guys this, not to come at the Reds or anything, all because of what 15 people going to that Reds game, Bengals game. I mean, I know the rules and all that, but I'm just saying.
Well, it's not a rule. They just don't typically do
it.
They
don't want to interfere. I get that, and I respect that. But, yeah, those 15 fans, so we got to be respectful of those 15 fans.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I know, Greg, you were bringing it up before, which we're going to dive into this. Chiefs, we're going to look at some guys they've lost, some guys they've added.
Yeah.
Their rookie class, you know, just in case that's a matchup. And we know, well, it's good to do anyways. We're going to play them at some point. And if it's like the playoffs the last couple of years, probably going to play them more than once. Probably going to see their asses again in the playoffs. So it'd be nice to go through their roster a little bit here. I had all that, you know, printed out, ready to go, left it all work.
We know they lost. We know that they lost their left tackle. Oh, too soon.
You want me and Greg just to bullshit while you run and get it?
No, I'm not going back there today.
Nope.
I've got it pulled up, their depth chart here, but I don't have all the guys they lost, but obviously we know they lost their tackles. But anyways, before we dive into that, I know Greg was mentioning there was the Foster Moreau thing out there, which I mean, hey, number one, hopefully that means his diagnosis is good.
Yes.
They're thinking that they can treat that and he's going to be just fine with the Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now, that was a guy, but then we signed Irv Smith. So Andrew Sample. So I don't know if the Bengals still have interest in him. I would, but I mean, obviously the most important thing is that he's just healthy.
Right.
He's getting back, but it sounds like he's got an offer from the Saints and other teams are still interested. And if he thinks he can play, I would be all for still bringing him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, remember, they asked him, what team would you play for? And he said, I'm not going to lie, it would have been really cool to play with Chase and Burrow in them. And the thing of it is also the Saints, they have a pretty decent loaded tight end roster too. I mean, look, we had this discussion in a group chat. Some people believe the tight end room's just fine. I just think Irv Smith, I am not doubting Irv Smith, but over in his whole career 5 seasons, he has missed 56% of his games. That pretty much means every game he has a more than 50% chance of not playing. I hope he comes out and proves me wrong completely. Drew Sample can't stay healthy. We just have too many guys that are.
Well, it's 4 seasons, and one season is out the whole season.
Yeah,
so that's gonna make that percentage obviously.
Yeah,
lean toward that side. But then he did miss still another half a season.
Right.
Which I think he was still coming back from part of that injury. But still, your point still stands. And we were talking about that in our group chat, like you said. Porch up with sleep,
Yeah. No. Like I said, Irv Smith, and I know we don't use the tight end that much, but you look at Hayden Hurst, how he was used a lot last year. I think, Dale, you pointed out that huge third down play, even though we lost the game against the Chiefs. Hayden Hurst, man, made a bunch of contributing catches and all that. So,
big play.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't want to hear this. And remember, we tried to go for Dalton Kincaid. We wanted Sam Laporte. It just didn't go our way in the draft. So we clearly were still trying to get a tight end.
And
also, Irv Smith is on a 1-year deal, and when we were looking at Foster Moreau before he got that diagnosis, they were talking about he wasn't signed yet because they were trying to iron out a 3-year deal.
I would love a 3-year deal for him. That's what I mean. Like, especially if they feel good about everything with his medical and his recovery here. But get him for a 3-year deal. You got to. I mean, he's really good.
Yeah, but Dale, like you said, the most important thing is to make sure that, his health is the number one priority and all that. So that's the only thing. But
I could see him wanting to stay with New Orleans almost for that.
Right. Because
his doctors are there. He's from there.
Right.
Played college ball at LSU. I mean, for his sake, if that's where he is most comfortable with his doctors and stuff, I mean, just depending on what all he still needs to do, that might be the best fit for him.
And to point out also, Derek Carr was his quarterback at Oakland, who's now with the Saints.
Right.
Well, also, the Saints are the ones that found his cancer. So he probably feels a little bit like
trust there, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't blame him if he did. But No, but like I said, come June 1st cuts, when a lot of teams have to make some cuts, like I say, man, I think there's going to be somebody out there. There has to be somebody that's going to be out there.
I think at minimum we're bringing Wilcox back. I know Santori, he's saying, well, he don't think we need anybody. And I get he just don't think we use the tight end enough that it should be something we're stressing about. And, like he said, Sample had that one decent season where he had 300 and some yards and 40 catches.
Right.
I mean, are we real and there's just no world where me personally, I can understand his point and respect it. But for me personally, there's no world where I want us to have to be relying on Drew Sample.
No.
Come crunch time, coming down to the playoffs. Oh, man, it'd be nice to have a tight end here that could get open and make a play or two because our receivers are, getting double covered. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to have to rely on Drew Sample come that situation.
We just have high expectations now. I mean, you want to have high expectations for each and every position group, man. I mean, nothing against Drew Sample. You're trying to win the Super Bowl here. You want the best every single position you can possibly get.
Well, maybe we don't use the tight end because we don't have them. You know what I mean? Because I thought I watched a video where Joe Burrow used 2 tight end set a lot in LSU and took everybody apart with it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think it depends on personnel they're going to find. And the Bengals having Kincaid and Laporte says they're still wanting a receiving type guy.
Yeah.
and they'll adjust to what they can get, but it just hasn't worked out for them to find that guy in the draft.
Well, we didn't know 9 tight ends went in the first 3 rounds. I don't blame them in a way for trying to reach for one and all that. I mean, that's ridiculous. Although, like I said, Laporta, I would actually have been okay if we took Laporta at 28. I think if they would have traded out of the first round, they would have taken Laporta.
I think hindsight, Greg. There's no way in hell that day at Paycor, in that environment with everything going on, they would have announced Sam Laporta over Michael Mayer.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You would have taken that okay. You would not have taken that okay.
No. Let me backtrack myself. They would have been pissed, and I would have been happy. I'm like, what the hell? But no, I get what you're saying.
We'd have been going down there right now to a memorial and setting flowers down there.
Yeah.
But they talked about they had like 5 trade offers to trade back from 28, and they just liked Myles Murphy that much that they weren't going to do it. But, somebody speculated. I can't remember what that was, but they speculated, if they could have traded down and then got, Laporta early in the second and then used, the 4th-round pick they acquired to get the Isaiah McGuire from Missouri. That was literally the 2 names they mentioned, and I was like, fuck yeah!
Exactly.
Because you guys know how much I liked Isaiah McGuire.
Oh, yeah, dude. When I saw the Browns got him, like, God damn, Dale was all over this dude.
Yeah. So, for me, that would have been well, duh. If you could have guaranteed me, okay, you make this trade, and you'll get McGuire and Laporta for Murphy, basically. Sign me up 10 out of 10 on that, but there's no guarantees in the drafts.
No, there is no guarantees. That's the thing. There's no such thing as a for sure thing. I'm still happy with the draft. I think we are.
Oh, no, 1,000%. I gave it an A, my Sense of Jungle article, depending on Robin's mustache. But
hey, and there was no question, man, because as soon as the Bengals were on the clock, that motherfucker was like, beeline.
No, they were very, very excited for Murphy.
Yeah.
They weren't. That's their guy.
Like this.
Now, Joe put it in the chat, but Greg, you mentioned, and I'll let you announce it because I hadn't seen that. I don't think Pork Chop had either. So we did sign somebody today.
Hey, we signed our running back, Chase Brown, first of many draft picks. Remember in the old days when the Bengals draft picks wouldn't sign till the day before training camp or something, and then there'd be these holdouts? That's one thing I respect about the NFL is they're like, okay, we're not doing this. That last year where Sam Bradford made like $70 million guaranteed before doing a snap. I'm so glad they did a whole salary cap thing on the draft picks. If you notice, right after that, Bengals, bam, bam, bam. Got all
everybody. You don't have the holdouts anymore.
You don't have to worry about any of that crap anymore. I'm so happy about that.
And I kind of like it's Chase Brown because I've said over and over, I think that was my favorite pick when it comes to value and, getting him in the 5th when I had an end of the 3rd round grade on him. And that's not knocking guys like Murphy, DJ Turner, Jordan Battle. I thought they were all picked where they should go. Even Chuck Sizzle. I want to call him Charlie Murphy. Half the time. Charlie Jones. But old Chuck Sizzle. I had him as right in that spot as a 4th round guy. So, I mean, his age and stuff. But, man, if that guy houses one this year, we're all going to be like, yeah, great draft pick.
Yep, pretty much, man.
Everything else is icing.
Hey, Dale, I'm you know who I'm always sticking with and all that, but I know you're sick of hearing it, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But you know who my guy is.
Yosavash, which did you tune in? I guess he was on the Spaces doing it.
Yeah, he did an interview with what's his name from the Draft Network. Very interesting story he has. I know somebody in our group chat said he's having issues blocking and all that, and I get that. That's a big concern. But like I said, this guy does not have to come in and play immediately. This guy has plenty of time to develop. He's a willing learner. That's the beauty of this. We don't have to rush him in.
But it's a possibility, but if they put him on a practice squad, I also thought a lot of teams were actually interested in it. That way he showed out at the Senior Bowl.
I think so too.
Well, Pork Chop, there's a new rule now. You can have 3 guys on the practice squad where no other teams can claim them. You're allowed to save 3 players on your practice squad.
Well, Greg, if you tuned into that, was there any interesting stuff from it that you kind of gathered or anything that stood out to you?
What do you mean? For the interview and all that he did?
Yeah, because I didn't watch it.
Let me translate for you. Okay. Hold on, Greg. Let me translate for Dale. Okay, so today maybe you tuned in to Yosevich on the Spaces thing. When did you hear anything interesting you might want to tell us?
Oh, anything interesting?
Anything interesting?
I'm trying to think. He wanted to come here. He said he felt like this was the place for him to be and all that and stuff. I mean, nothing too major or anything. Pretty much he said everything that every person, he was with his family at Princeton, family came from Hawaii. I mean, nothing too major, but he said he's playing with the best quarterback in the league, and I'm okay with him saying that.
Hey, didn't he also say that he could have went to the Olympics, but he wants to focus?
That's right. That's right. He could have went to the Olympics and all that. I should have gathered my research if I knew I was talking about this.
I'm surprised you don't have it all fucking wrote down on that guy.
No, I know, man. I know. I got so much other info and all that and stuff, man. I was spraying weeds all day. I got dizzy from.
Hey, that's the thing. If Greg had the time, I know he'd be coming every day. He's done good to get here at 3:30. So
yeah.
No. I was going around circles spraying weeds today, and I got so dizzy.
He drove home under the influence of weed killer still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roundup. I'm under the influence of Roundup.
He's still high from that Roundup.
Yeah, exactly. But no. Yeah, like I say, yeah, he could have gone to the Olympics, and football was his first favorite sport. I mean, we just listened to the guy. He just sounded just a very humble person, guy who's willing to learn. You know, like I said. I mean, how can you not get excited about this guy? Like I say, I know he has some. There's a reason he was a 6th round pick. He's got some stuff he needs to clean up, but this is a well worth 6th round pick. I mean, this is a lottery ticket right here that you want to take in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is the most. This is the one player I'm excited to see the most in the preseason. I will say that till when the preseason starts.
Yeah, I like DJ. I like Juan Drago.
Yeah,
he's still my favorite pick, and I think he's going to turn out to be CB1.
I don't blame you for thinking that at all.
Yeah,
although a lot of
not beating out my boys CTB for that spot.
Yeah, hey.
I love CTB, but I just got a feeling about Juan Drago, man. You can't stop a name like that, like fucking.
We still have Cheeto this year, right? But
well, Dale, maybe you could explain this. I had 2 draft magazines. Now, these are the ones that came out in early March. A lot of them had DJ Turner. It's like started out as a 6th or a 5th round pick. Why do you think that was? Was it
fucking stupid?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Was it because of his size, do you think? People were stupid. Like, I guess after the combine when he ran that fast 4.2, they're like, oh, he's going to be a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
Yeah, it's just going back and looking back at him a second time sometimes. And sometimes you have things stacked, just where you still need to go back and look at a handful of guys. And
right.
It might have been that where, haven't got around to looking at them yet too in depth. Hey, I still think Mingo's going to be good. And I think he went to a good situation there. He went to Carolina, right, with Bryce Young. I think he's gonna play pretty often.
Yeah.
And I mean, he went 2nd round, so like I feel pretty vindicated about how much I talked about him during the process because for a long time it's like, oh, he's a 4th, 5th round guy because I really like this guy. I really like this guy.
Yeah.
You sold me on him.
Yeah. Man, he didn't come to us, but
Nope.
That's the thing. Had he came to us, we would have had, even I don't even think he was there, but had he been there when we picked in the 2nd round and we took him, that would have scared me on the potential to sign Higgins. I still think that potential's out there. They didn't draft anybody that's just going to take his spot.
No, I mean, the way the draft went, man, the writing was on the wall for Tyler Boyd, Cheeto Woozy, and Trey Hendrickson. I mean, this sets up perfectly for a T. Higgins. I mean, people are like, oh, the Bengals drafted 2 receivers. I'm like, we drafted a slot receiver, and we drafted a developmental project receiver. I mean, now if we drafted a receiver in the 2nd and the 3rd round, then I would have been like, we're preparing to move on from Higgins.
Yeah, and I just don't. I mean, I know you like the kid, and I think he could be a weapon here, but man, I don't see any part of close to T. Higgins like from Yosavash. Like, he's special.
You got to remember something. Now, Santori said an interesting point one time. Remember, Chase can play the slot and all that. We need another outside receiver who's got speed, and that's what Yosavash could potentially provide for you. So I'm just saying, if we put Chase in the slot more eventually. And I know Charlie Jones can be the same way. Now he's more fitted for slot, but both those guys can play outside. So don't put the brakes on just yet, man. Just chill out.
There's hope.
Hey, Greg is all about his guy playing and Yosavash being the superstar.
If that fucker gets on the field, Greg's sock drawer is going to be empty.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of socks to wash at Greg's
house. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
You're in love. We know. It's okay. Your butterflies in your stomach when you see him.
Just like how you are with Clark Harrisdale.
Too soon, Greg. Too soon.
No offense. I'm sorry.
But no, so looking at the Chiefs, in case we play them week 1 or whenever we play them and see them again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they lost both tackles. So Orlando Brown, obviously, he's here in Cincinnati. Pork Chop's best friend.
My buddy Zeus.
They also lost Andrew Wiley, who ended up with the Commanders. They brought in, which we've talked about, there you go, Donovan Smith and Jawan Taylor. So we've talked about that quite a bit. But, I mean, if I'm just looking at that on paper and the way Smith played last year, to me, their tackles are worse. Yeah. But not much. Like, it's pretty similar because Wiley had a lot of penalties last year as well. And they just act like Brown wasn't good, even though
he made the Pro Bowl
again. Like, I don't understand their fans, like, the way they talk about him. Like,
no,
very good for them.
It's like once you're not there anymore, bam, you're the enemy immediately. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like I say, Chiefs fans can say whatever. I'm just so sick of them and all that. I mean, oh, good Lord.
They loved his ass when he was there, but as soon as he left, man.
Yeah, remember he was wearing the 0 sack shirt and all that in the Super Bowl? They were all loving him. Oh, man, we love Orlando Brown. We never wanted him, even though we offered him like almost $30 million a year. We didn't really want it. We never wanted him back.
It's a weird energy.
No, that's what
look, they don't want his ass back because, like Dale said, we're going to see him fucking probably twice this year. They don't want his ass back.
No.
Now, some other losses they had, Frank Clark, who mouthy sumbitch as well, but he's not back with them. They lost McCole Hardman at receiver, Juju at receiver. They lost Juan Thornhill at safety. So they had quite a few losses, really, if you pile them up. Kalen Sanders, who was a backup D tackle.
Right.
So I know that's some of the losses they had. Now, some of the players that they added, along with those 2 offensive linemen, trying to see if they really added much on offense. I mean, Rashee Rice in the draft, which I like him, possession receiver. He could end up being pretty good out of SMU. But they have Valdez-Scantling, Kadarius Toney, and Sky Moore. So I still think, they're going to throw the ball around to all those guys. They got a lot of speed. But yeah, and they brought back Jerick McKinnon recently. And where did old boy go that used to be their backup? Because on the depth chart it says Blaine Gabbert's their backup now.
Oh, Moore. Are you thinking of Moore, the backup quarterback, or
Henne?
Oh, Henne. He retired.
Oh, he retired.
Okay. Yeah, he retired.
He got
that's what I was wondering. I was like, I didn't see him go anywhere else, and for him not to be there, I wondered if he retired.
He was my hero that one game against Cleveland. I'm like, oh my God, Cleveland could actually beat the Chiefs here and all that. Like, I was shaking and shaking. I wasn't talking to my family. I'm like, I got to see Cleveland lose this game. If they go to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be. He was my hero that day on that little slam pass to little side pass to Hill. Oh my God.
Well, I was rooting, I think, for Cleveland that game.
What?
Yeah, I didn't want the Chiefs to win.
No, I didn't want to see Baker. I can't stand Cleveland, and I hate Cleveland more than I hate Pittsburgh, man. I never want to see Cleveland win anything. I'm sorry.
I just didn't care. Like, I was like, well, it'll be good for them.
You just hated Chad. No, you hated Chad Henne because he went to Michigan. Just let it out, Dale.
No, Mahomes, I knew what was coming with this team. Bunch of cocksuckers is what they are. I did it all the way back then.
Yeah, I'm guys. As I said in Raleigh, I just can't stand Cleveland.
Now it'd be hard for me to root for Cleveland now, but then again, that one guy who barked in my ear ended up being a damn Bengals fan.
Oh shit!
What's it? What now? So
I'm all confused. I told that story forever after the first season. This guy, when the Browns were beating hell, the Bengals come up barking in my ear, and I'm like, "The fuck?" I'm about to fucking whip this dude's ass. And then seen him at another game, and it's just like, "Oh, I remember you, bitch." Is what I said. He's a fucking Bengals fan.
Go figure.
Yeah.
We're all Bengals fans now.
I was gonna fucking whip his ass, and then it was like, oh, Jeff Dam's like, oh, just chill and then whatever.
Right.
And then apparently ended up, some people say it's creepy shit at a game I wasn't at, where he didn't even know this kid and had his kid sitting on his lap. And
what the
other
fuck?
people got either way. Phil indicated that guy's probably a piece of shit.
God damn.
Neither here nor there.
But yeah, no. Like I said, I just can't stand. I hate Cleveland even before
the barking, dude. The barking.
I can't stand, dude. I just can't stand them. I just can't stand them.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to convince me.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much with you now. Like, it would be hard for me to root for.
No, even I'm pretty much
with you now. Like, it would be hard for me to root for.
No, even before that whole quarterback situation.
I mean, yeah, especially who their quarterback is now. You're not going to see.
No, but I got so sick and tired of seeing Baker. Every time he was in those commercials with Flo or something, every time he was cleaning up around the stadium, if I have to see this commercial one more goddamn time, I swear to. And I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan. Why do they have to put him in the same commercial with Alice Cooper? Like, that just killed me. That
Greg, don't lie. You just wanted to move in with Baker.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted another roommate.
Man, if Cleveland, I would have been the same way back then too with Kansas City. But if they played now,
Kansas City now. I've grown to hate the fans. I posted something about my favorite place, Midwest Barbecue, and I got all these KC fans saying that looks like cruddy barbecue and all that. I'm like, what are you guys coming at me for?
Is that what they say in Kansas City? They say cruddy.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to repeat on the show, but it's just like, leave me the hell alone. You guys won the Super Bowl. Thank you, Westis.
The fuck did they say you can't repeat on this show, Greg?
Dude, well, they were just coming at me saying, oh, this barbecue, our barbecue's a hell of a lot better. That looks like whatever. Yeah, but it's just like, dude, leave me the hell alone. I'm not. Why you guys are still coming at Bengals fans? You won the goddamn Super Bowl. Just grow up, move on. They just have a love for ripping on us still. I don't know why.
Maybe if they think their barbecue's good, they can try a tasty eat a dick.
Yeah, exactly. No, like I said, man, I know. I mean, they clearly never had Midwest barbecue yet.
Might as well play in the AFC North now, as much as I fucking hate them.
Exactly. They might as well.
AFC North, and they're part of it now.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, just leave me the hell alone. I mean, maybe they're intimidated by Midwest barbecue. Who knows? I can't blame them if they're intimidated.
Well, I'll find out in a few days.
Hell yeah, man. Dale, you're more than welcome to come, but
I know I'm so far away.
You're gonna come if I have to drag you one of these days.
Well, yeah, at some point, like I said, right now.
Damn good barbecue, man.
So good. Get Marissa to work one day a week these last couple of weeks with all these migraines.
I understand.
She didn't work again today.
God.
She was about 5 in the morning. She's like, try to wrap it out, both been asleep. I'm like, I'm not a fucking like, I don't know what you're trying to fuck.
But Dale,
yelling at me.
One piece of evidence schedule came out. I believe it was the Kelsey's mom who leaked it out. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was saying I seen that.
The Chiefs are playing the Eagles week 2. We all thought the Chiefs were going to be playing. That's what we thought was going to be opening night. So I'm willing to bet. I mean, I still don't want to start out Thursday night, opening night at Kansas City, but they do. Because I'd rather have like a Monday night game at home or something. But you know what? So be it. I'm now more than positive. I'm 80% sure we're going to open the season at Kansas City.
It's fun to watch Greg change his mind in a span of 3 seconds.
Yeah, like 4 times.
He's like, "Fuck that game," and and I don't want it. And goddamn it, and the Eagles are playing in week 2, and yeah, I'm on board now. Let's go ahead and play.
Well, hey man, it's all systems go, man. There's no going back now. But we don't know for sure yet.
Yeah. Then on defense, they got Karlaftis is penciled in as a starter this year, where he's more a rotational guy because they didn't bring back Dunlap and they had Frank Clark. But Karlaftis is coming on. I still hate that they got him 1 pick ahead.
No, don't get me started.
They obviously still have Chris Jones, Derek Nottie on the inside, and then they were able to bring in Charles Omenihu from San Francisco, who I think had 6 or 7 sacks last year. And then they also drafted that with their first pick, Felix Anudike-Uzomah. So they're trying to continue building their pass rush, obviously, to get to Joe Burrow. Chris Jones was a monster. But if we're healthy, I feel good going against them. It's just every fucking time we end up having to play them in the playoffs, we're down to third stringers.
I mean, we upgraded our fucking O-line, and that was the problem, So we'll definitely give them a better shot this time. And, we had to play against the refs a little bit.
Yeah, Greg, what do you think? I was talking about they brought in Charles Omenihu, but they drafted Anudike-Uzomah. Karlaftis is going to be the starter. Obviously, have Chris Jones. So they're trying to keep pretty stacked D-line, right?
Yeah.
Guys like that. I said if we could just play them without our second and third teamers.
I mean, you look at Chris Jones, man, he single-handedly won that game, and they did a brilliant thing. Steve Spagnuolo did a brilliant thing. He moved him. Instead of having him in the middle where our guards and our interior was doing well, they moved him to our weakest link, Hakeem Adeniji and all that, man. He dominated, and that's how they won the game was because of him. Chris Jones, there's a reason why he's an all-pro. He won that game for them.
Yeah.
He's almost getting some kind of hand surgery right now too, right? Thumb on his thumb or something?
Who?
Uzama, their first round pick.
I did see that. There was something where he was having a surgery. I don't know if it'll keep him out that long.
I doubt it. No, because it's just his hand. They'll fucking club that shit up and he'll go.
Was he a reach? Do you think, Dale, that guy, the Kansas State guy for the Chiefs?
I don't think so. I mean, I mean, they were picking literally the end of the first round, and I mean, if anything, I had a high second round grade on him. You know,
yeah. Just an update. Here's Chase Brown's deal: 4 years, $4.126 million, and 286,156 signing bonus.
Well, they got this money already pretty much slotted from year to year.
Yeah,
it just makes things nice and easy, and you know they could haggle over minor things, but usually not too much. They get them done pretty quick. And now, when is our rookie minicamp? Does it start this Friday?
I think it does. I thought they come in this week. They said they come in this week, don't they?
I think so.
Well, here's what I'll do. I'll go to the pro shop, and then I'll just sneak out and run around and spy on the training field and see if I can get some video footage.
There you go, Greg. Tell them we need some interviews on Bengals and Brews.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I'll run out, man. I'll just run out like a maniac. I'll act like it was if Ezekiel Elliott's on the team. Just kidding.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, no, but no, like I say, they do come in this week, though.
Okay,
whatever works.
You know who my first target's going to be to try to get on the show. I don't think we need to debate who that is.
You're going to have that motherfucker hiding from you. You're going to get a TPO.
Well, I've already messaged. I have messaged him on Instagram and Twitter, but I'm not expecting anything. But yeah.
So, guys, I don't have a lot more. That's kind of that matchup, and I'm hoping the schedule comes out Thursday. So. What are you guys hoping to see with the schedule? I know Greg and I talked about it, but maybe were you on here with us that day, Poor Chum?
I don't think you were.
I think so. No. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
It was in a long week already, and it's fucking Tuesday.
I know.
Yeah, yesterday I had the twins had their birthday, so I took them to get their septums pierced, so they could be just like Dad. That way, when we go out in public, they know they're mine because they don't look like me because they're little skinny fuckers. So when we go out, they probably think there's a kidnapping going on. But now they'll see. I've marked my territory.
That just sounded weird.
I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, on that.
Hey, listen to this though, man. Yesterday, so when I had my septum pierced. I don't remember how much it was, but the fucking price has gone up. I went up to that piercing shop, and that guy says, "Do we need to go over price or anything before I do this?" And I'm like, "No." So they get theirs done, and he goes out and he's fucking ringing it up, and then he starts talking to me, and he starts talking about the quality of the jewelry, and right then I thought, this ain't gonna be good.
What have I done?
And I started preparing myself for like $100 and something bucks, right? And then he turned that motherfucker around, it was over $200. I was like, oh shit, I didn't prepare myself that good. Take them out, leave them rings here, but. And then it was like, I wanted to tip him, so I gave him a $20 tip. That shit cost me $265 for 2 fucking piercings. Yeah. My wife said, "How long until you think one of them take it out?" And I said, "If they fucking do, they owe me $150."
Yeah,
that shit is expensive.
Yeah, well, I know my kids. Marissa always takes my kids to do all that fucking shit they do. They both have nose rings, and I don't think they have the exact, that one, and then my 17-year-old got a fucking tattoo already. I'm like,
damn.
I told the twins when they're next year on their birthday, we'll all 3 get tattoos together. We'll go to a shop where they got 3 chairs, and we'll get them all
matching.
That's right. I'm gonna make them get fucking Houday on their forehead.
It's gonna be your face on their arms and your arm.
That's right.
I love me some me.
Yeah.
Now, did we ever ask you your next Ring of Honor, guys?
I'll tell you what, man. The motherfucker blocked me, but I would love to see Chad Johnson in there. I can't wait to see this man, and I'm going to talk to him, and I know he'll probably be like, yeah, I'll unblock you, and then he won't, but I don't know what the fuck I did to this man to get blocked on Twitter. But I'd love to see him in the Ring of Honor. That's my favorite Bengal player. He brought excitement.
He probably made some kind of joke.
I think it's when I fucked with Boomer. I earned the shit with Boomer. I told him get off the fucking bandwagon. But But I wonder if Chad if I got that by proxy, from getting blocked by Boomer. But Chad kept the game exciting when they fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It was still fun to go to the games and watch Chad, or even, if you watched them on TV. But I had season tickets back then too, and it was very exciting to go to the game and watch Chad.
Crip, I expect better from you. That's why Thaddeus Mustang's getting boring, man.
Crip, let it go. Crip, man.
Good stuff.
This is worse than the Die Hard thing. Let it go, bro.
There's so much more that gets Greg fired up. Like, tell him how much Barry Sanders sucks.
Shut up. Dale, I don't have – if I wasn't round-upping all day, I would
you could say, I think before their careers are over that Nick Chubb will go down as a better running back than Barry Sanders in history.
He's got a good shot at it.
Like, if you said something like that, Crip,
or Derrick Henry.
That's the type of shit I'll get Greg fired up.
I mean, 10 years from now when they're talking about the best running back in the NFL, if Derrick Henry's brought up, I don't know. They didn't call fucking Barry Sanders King Sanders.
I don't get. I just don't get.
He didn't have a nickname of King.
He didn't have the nickname King Sanders. He was Barry Sanders.
He didn't need a nickname.
Well, I mean, you're right. Back then you don't, but I guess if someone comes out there better, they might king him.
Yep. I'm sorry.
This is a fact, Greg. I didn't give him the name.
Right. Neither did I.
Just say what you want.
He's too tired from that roundup.
I'm just too tired from that roundup, man. No. Last time I got fired up, I was on Strawberry Ice Show. He had to put me in timeout, so I kind of had to detain myself a little bit and all that and stuff. So,
no, hey, look, nobody puts Gregor in the corner.
No, it's
Greg. We were doing the draft show, and you were going crazy about this stuff.
Right. So I had to.
We had Angelo Dawkins on there.
I know. That's why I had to calm down and all that. So I got to mellow out,
That
Greg's
fucking
like,
week. I need
Angelo,
to get
who do you like? These pretty much like, fuck you, Angelo Dawkins. I'm like, oh
yeah, no, I got a little excited. Greg got a little excited that day. So
I need some of that weed killer in my life if it's fucking making Greg chill like that.
Yeah, look how chill he is right now.
I know.
Yeah, no, I'm chill. I'm also sunburned right now too. But
Oh, you couldn't tell from showing it. Can't see it.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. No. I mean, Barry Sanders, I just think it's Barry Sanders and all that and stuff. So I'm just going to stick with it. I'm not going to fight anybody. I know the truth.
Well, Crip, just know you got to bring it from now on better than that. One of these days when he's not high on his weed killer.
Yeah.
One of the weed killing days.
He's fired up. And it's only Tuesday. I get it.
It's only Tuesday. If it was Friday, I'd probably be more excited and all that. No, I'll get excited and all that. We're out in the blazing hot sun, man, going around Island. I was on a walk behind going around Island. I'm like, man, I'm getting dizzy, man.
Well, unless we have any kind of major news, this will probably be the last show till Friday at 3:30.
So, we definitely need to do a scheduled day Friday, 3:30.
Yeah. So Greg and I's kind of been talking Pork Chop. We were talking yesterday, so good time now we got you on here. Like, we're thinking, trying to make the 3:30 shows if we can somewhat scheduled. Obviously, if there's news, maybe we'll pop one on, even if it's 20, 30 minutes sometimes to just break down the news that happened.
Well,
Greg.
You said you were going to say schedule for certain days?
Yeah, like maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday or something. Like we did Tuesday today because Greg said tomorrow he's got to prepare for James Rapine.
Okay.
Rally around the natty.
Yeah, I can't get fired up for that either. So James knows me. Actually, James knows me from Greg from Madeira and all that and stuff. So I've got a little fired up with him and all that. So he knows who I am and all that and stuff when I called him when he hosted his show.
Well, I'm just saying that if we start to, maybe do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like what's good for you, Pork Chop? It's all the same.
It's all the same.
I'm flexible.
You're sleeping and just waking up no matter what.
I'm sleeping and waking up. The only thing is that I usually have to jump off by 4:30.
Yep.
So if it goes long, it's got to get ready for work.
Yeah, which we should. I mean, most of the time we'll be wrapping it up.
Yeah.
By then, anyway. So that works out good. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys, man. I love you.
Iceman might be able to start hopping back on some if he ever gets that damn kitchen done.
I need to go help his ass with the kitchen. So
I'll go help him too, man. I mean, I know a thing or two about electricity, sort of. Well, one time when I was working one time, I had a pair of electric shears and I accidentally cut the cord by mistake and a big thing went off. But
It sounds like you should probably go help him, Greg.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you probably should not. You should probably stay
Hey, when
away.
he gets that fucking kitchen done, we just all need to show up on his porch with a couple cases of beer.
Well, Dale, I'll definitely help him lawn mowing. You know what happens if I see a duck out there when I lawn mow and all that and stuff.
I've been to
you're a
fucking
murderer.
Ice's house. I don't think you're going to see a fucking duck. You'll be okay. It's
Pork chop. You didn't know about the story with me and the duck, right?
no.
Is this okay to tell, Dale? I don't want to get.
Yeah, Greg, go ahead.
As long as you use words like
This was back when I was trying to get the grass cut. The grass is really tall outside. I'm just in a hurry getting everything cut. All of a sudden, I remember hearing a rock sound. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Shit.
Probably nothing. I come back. I see feathers everywhere. I thought, maybe a cat got the duck. I look on the side of the mower. The duck's foot was hanging on the side of the mower. Maybe, you know how the term you hear lucky rabbit's foot? Well, I could have said this is a lucky duck's foot. So I go back to the garage. My boss is like, Greg, you got this look like you just murdered something. I'm like, go clean it up out there. So I had to take the duck, put it in a bucket, put it in a bag. I felt like I was like committing a crime here or something.
You were.
You did.
It was one of those geese. You actually were committing a crime. You know it's illegal to fucking kill them geese.
No, it was a duck, not a geese.
Oh, well, you're probably all right. Was it duck season?
I don't know.
You might be fucked. I mean, you're here. You're saying that everybody.
How long ago was that, Greg?
Live show.
It was like 2009, 2010.
Oh, you're good. Statute of limitations. Probably 7 years
statute of
on that.
limitations on killing a duck is 5 years. So
Well, no, it was near a kid's school, but everybody was cracking up. Like, you didn't see the duck trying to run away from him? Like, no, man, I'm sorry. I felt. One person said, why didn't you try to cook it?
Well, because you fucking mangled the fuck out of it with the lawnmower.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to. There's probably
There's people left to cook.
It probably tastes funny with all that grass mixed in.
Yeah, probably so, and all that and stuff. And oh my god, when I saw the duck's foot, I'm like, oh my god.
You should have took pictures of that shit.
No, I should have done that. I mean,
it's evidence, poor chop.
Right. Yeah.
He's
I had to rake up all the feathers and everything and all that. And not a good day for me at all. I felt so bad. I did run over.
Not good days turn into awesome fucking stories.
I did run over I did run over a chipmunk, but in all fairness, the chipmunk was dead, so I put it out of its misery by tossing it in the forest.
He was like, I accidentally hit a duck, but fuck a chipmunk.
Now he really tells these stories. It's actual people he's murdered.
No.
Names.
No, hell no.
He'll go down as Greg from Madeira.
Yeah.
When they replay his documentary special.
Greg from Madeira. Greg from Madeira. Everyone thought he was telling these stories on the podcast about animals.
Yeah.
But in real life, he was murdering the fuck out of people.
No.
The fucking lawnmowers,
got in the backyard,
and everything else.
He buries them around that fucking where he does the groundskeeping.
Yeah.
There's bodies all over that fucking campus.
People from Cincinnati knew him as Greg from Madeira.
Hey,
poor animals just called him Lucifer.
Yeah, sure. Oh,
thank God my daughter's transferring out of there.
No.
Less risk.
Other than that, I never really killed anything ever. I never killed anything ever since.
That's what they all say.
But before that, he had a couple bodies.
Yes. He stopped the killing. He went
ever since he saw the duck, it turned him soft. He stopped killing people.
Yeah. Well, I remember I told you that story. And it's like you grew up in the country. It's like to you that's no big deal and all that. See a dead animal.
I don't know. I'm pretty soft, Greg.
Oh man, I got invited. What night is it? Oh, it's Wednesday night. I got to work tomorrow, but they're going out fucking shooting coyotes.
Uh-oh.
I would love to do that. Fucking working. This work shit gets in the way.
Well, just quit your job, man.
Who's going to pay for the fucking cat litter, Greg?
And the septum piercings.
Well, I don't know. Just say that, I don't know.
It's going on welfare. Well, welfare don't pay good anymore. I should have went on it when I had a shit ton of kids. Now they're all almost the last two I got less than a year until they're adults.
You've just screwed this whole thing up, poor chap.
Damn it, poor chap.
You screwed up your ability to live off the system, damn it.
I know. Well, maybe I could fucking get a disability.
And a medical marijuana card.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I never thought about that.
That's all it took, Greg. That's all it took.
That's all it took, bro. That's all it took.
Calling into work. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should keep the job until I get it all approved, though.
Yeah, that's a good
But
idea.
I'll tell you another funny animal story. I was taking a walk in the middle of the night, and this raccoon stops in the middle of a driveway and just stares at me with these eyes, and I'm freaking out. I don't know what the hell to do.
Are you scared of cats?
Yes.
I'm scared of every animal, man.
Like raccoons are basically cats with little
I know.
fingers.
I freaking hate cats, man. When I was over at Santori's household, man, I was trying to keep an eye out for the cat. James sneaks up on me and scares the crap out of me and all that. I'm like looking where the cat is and all that. I mean, that cat just creeps me out. I mean, cats just creep me out, man. I'm sorry. I don't know how you guys deal with cats. I really, really don't.
I mean, you really don't have to deal with cats. They're just little assholes to do whatever
Every
they
once
want.
in a while, they jump up on your lap and want you to pet them, and then they tell you when they're done and they leave.
But then they stare at you, and you can easily.
God.
Oh God!
You see it now on Netflix. The Duck Fucker, the Greg Luke.
Okay, this is good. I don't know why I told this.
From Madeira.
It's better, Crip. You're getting your game back.
Yeah.
Went through the draft time, and then Crip. It's not on his A game lately.
Yeah.
Don't piss Greg off. I mean, he might go back to his ways.
I mean, all because I wanted to get the grass done.
He'll get on that motherfucking zero-turn lawnmower and come right after your ass.
He'll drive that son of a bitch straight to South Carolina, Crip.
Next thing you know, all Greg hears is a ba-doomp. He doesn't know what the fuck it is.
Oh, sorry, it was Crypt Keeper. Huh.
Then he sees Crypt Keeper's toe hanging out the fucking discharge.
Somehow I knew exactly where he lived and made it all the way here and thought it was a duck. My bad.
Oh boy.
We're here for you though, Greg.
Yeah.
No, man, I have
I'll say you're at my house the whole time.
I mean, I have fears going to the zoo because of the freaking peacocks, man. They scare me too and all that and stuff, man. That scares the crap out of me.
Oh.
I got a fear of a bunch of animals, man. I'm sorry. That's just how I am.
Is that why you kill them?
No!
That's why he fucking kills him.
No!
He saw that duck. He was scared as shit. He was like, fuck you, duck. Let's go. You want to play chicken with me?
Scared of these
well, no.
I
So the ducks, it was a female duck, and the male was looking for it the next day and all that. And I think
ran over his ass too.
No.
I mean, that you just got to think that male duck's out there like, hello, darkness, my friend. He sees a fucking feather. He's trying to piece it all together. Fucking looks over, sees Greg on the lawnmower smiling. Yep. He's like, oh, shit. And then he's like, I just got to get the fuck out of here because he looked at Greg's face and Greg was ready to get him next.
No, someone said, someone told me, Greg, well, you know what you got to do? You got to let the male duck peck your ass now for killing its mate. I'm like,
so you did, right?
Yeah, I did what they did on Jackass one time. You put bird seed down with Johnny Knoxville one time. No, I ain't doing that.
Greg literally fucked that duck. Yeah. Said, man, this duck can't get any pussy because he killed his fucking mate.
Yeah, that duck was like, well, fuck it. I might not have my bitch anymore, but I could lick birdseed out of this guy's asshole.
That male duck still lives with Greg to this day. It's the greatest love story of all time.
If the male duck is sleeping, Greg will piss off the porch so he doesn't wake it up.
Yeah. No. And so Santori, his wife, I didn't want to tell to his wife one time because she's all the animals and all that. But every time I bring it up, Santori's wife asks her, she's like, that poor little duck and all that. Yeah. Every time
but the husband's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the husband's. Oh my God.
I fucking duck.
All right, guys. Well, I love you.
Love you.
And this one, good day.